the Pod Network Entertainment.
Hello to everyone all over the world. Magkakasama na naman tayo sa isang gabing puno ng kwentuhan, tawanan, and mapusong usapan with the leading voices of the Filipino youth. Ito pa rin ang Ganito Kasi Yan, powered by the Pod Network. At fitness enthusiast, wow! Matthew Canete. Hello,
Hello.
Matthew.
Nice
Matthew
to-
or Match?
The team sports are the ones I try to avoid.
So you're more of a solo
Yeah.
player.
Because I think maybe everyone would be a lot safer
If they're
If I-
farther away from you.
if I did a sport where I'm the only one at risk. So it really was such a tough journey for that. Because I wouldn't say I was like the strongest when I was growing up. I really just stuck to badminton. And then, the fitness journey is not always just linear. It goes up and down. So
Motivation's not always senior for everyone. And motivation fades for and fluctuates.
yeah.
So during those times, what gets you to keep showing up? And for active individuals like you, do you still get days where it's hard for you to show up?
Yeah, super. There's so many days where I was supposed to gym but didn't end up gymming. The bad part is when you feel like you're indebted to yourself for it. It should be something that sparks joy. It should become a habit. It should be something in the back of your head. Now, I'm going to do this. It shouldn't be something that makes you feel guilty. Because at that point, it becomes an unhealthy obsession. It's okay to not show up. It's okay to keep going forward. It's okay to make a compromise. So it's a matter of how you handle it. Like at the end of the day, working out, it's not just about the strength. It's about what type of person it makes you and how it makes you happy in life. Because, you don't have to exercise to be happy. But people exercise because they want to be happy with who they are and what it makes them. So motivation is such a fickle thing. Some days you don't have it, some days you do. And it depends on context, because there are days maybe someone's going through a breakup, they don't have motivation. Someone had a bad day at work, they don't have motivation. What I do to try and stay motivated is remember who it's for. I don't have much of a choice too, because if there are people who rely on me, like in spinning class, I tell myself I don't want to disappoint people. My motivation really is to be there. At the very beginning, me becoming an electric instructor is because I wanted to be there to motivate people. So you gotta remember your reason. You gotta remember your beginnings. What brings you to move every day? What brings you to keep doing what you're doing? You gotta remember your roots. Not only that, you also have to just, not saying that you should invalidate what you're feeling at that time. You need to be able to process that. You need to be able to let it out healthily. So one thing that helps motivate me get through a slump is knowing that that's not the end of the world. Whatever is happening, whatever you're feeling, it will go away. So just go through it. And for me, a spin class helps me go through it. Honestly, sometimes I get into the room unmotivated, but come out motivated because I'm doing what I love. So it's about faking it till you make it sometimes. It's about getting into it and remembering why you're doing it. So you don't have to go in with motivation. You could go in without motivation, but come out remembering why you're there and feel even more motivated.
Days na, syempre, there for example, spinning classes, na parang there are people that are relying on you. But
Yeah.
for example, if it's your own lang, for example, going to the gym and everything, how do you
yeah.
find motivation when there's none? For example, having a hard day or having a heartbreak or I don't know, something like that.
Always know it's okay. It's okay to not be motivated. It's okay to stay back. The point that you need to change something is when you see that it's affecting your entire routine, let's say for a long term. It starts dismantling this whole routine that you've set up. It's dismantling all your hard work. That's when you have to put a stop to it. But it's okay to not show up. It's okay to be there for yourself emotionally, even if you can't be there for yourself physically. So it's about perspective. It's about what you want to prioritize at that time. Always make a compromise whenever you feel like you can't do something, but you want to do something. Nothing wrong with that.
And on days naman na parang you feel like you haven't done as much as you can or parang you perform less than what you can actually do. How do you handle those parang kind of days?
Or you perform less than you.
Like for example, you know you can do as much. Like for example, in terms of weights, like you can do this much, but today you can't really do that. Apparently your skill where you are right now, you can't do that much. Apparently you did less. Like
than you did
Yeah.
before. It's about showing up. It's about trying to do your best. When you work out, when you do weightlifting, you shouldn't always have to do that 100%. There always has to be some days where you go lesser. Like there's a week called deload week for me when I do my mesocycle for exercising. I have a week where you have to do lesser weights because that body, physically, biologically, your body needs some time to really rest too. So it's not only so if your body needs to rest, if it takes some time to rest to be even better, why not your mind also? Your mind also needs a break for it to get back even better. So if you see that you can't do as heavy as you did, if you see that you cannot bring yourself to do more than you did before, then by all means, let yourself take it at a slower pace. The fact that you showed up, the fact that you want something for yourself, the fact that you feel bad means that you're already doing as much as you want to, and you shouldn't beat yourself up for it.
And for you naman, on days wherein you don't really train or move enough,
Yeah.
what happens to you? Like, kasi parang feeling ko, like, for athletes especially, when you don't really train or when you don't do enough movement, parang what happens to you mentally and emotionally?
Okay, yeah. So I'm kind of guilty of this. Parang it starts to feel bad. Really because of the sense na I built a routine, parang it's wired in my head that I should be exercising each day, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Every day?
Well, at least move in some sense. Not really like hard lifting. Sometimes you could do something as simple as just like playing badminton, playing a sport, or maybe just doing a small run. So I guess it varies per athlete on how they are affected by a rest. But like I mentioned a while ago, it's about it, you really gotta internalize that resting really is part of the process. The body itself biologically needs to rest. So dismantle that idea that you have to hustle. You just dismantle the idea that you always need to hustle. Maybe it helps to just have a reminder also sometimes that it's okay to just take it down a bit. I don't know about other people, but for me, whenever I have that thought that I should be moving right now, I just find something else that gives me as much gratification as working out would. Like let's say a Netflix show. I pull it up, and if it makes me happy, I'll be like, I'm glad that I did this. I'm glad that I was able to do this instead of running. You know, not to say that you should do that all the time, but if it sparks joy, it sparks joy. For me, at the end of the day, it's just that joy and that gratification that you should always find. It's about that happiness in your life. I mean, you should always achieve to be the better person, but don't beat yourself up for the things in life. Don't matter as much as they should.
For the next question naman, has movement ever carried you through a different season, a difficult season in life?
Movement, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Sometimes it helps you get your mind off of things. Uh, it's when you're working out. Like if it's a hardcore exercise, you could get yourself out of your head, and exercise has really helped me with that. I've had a slump around last year, and exercising got me out of it. I have the tendency to really be in my head, and I'm sure a lot of other people tend to overthink too, especially around 12 a.m., midnight hours. So I found that exercising helped me feel better about myself. And by that sense, it built that confidence and it built that protection I had against negative thoughts or ill feelings. It definitely helps. So it's such a good outlet too. Instead of like doom scrolling or, some people rely on drinking, some people rely on other things. And not to judge anything or how anyone copes with things, But just remember that what you do, it will impact you. So might as well do it in a way that brings you towards the person you want to be. And I found that in exercise.
I agree with you there. Kasi parang in conversations, actually, on conversation that we had with James last Saturday,
Yeah.
when we were just talking about like what gets him to keep moving or
Yeah.
parang doing keep exercising despite having a lot of things. Pero parang it's really important talaga like to have that kind of to get that thing that brings you closer to your goal. Like for example, if it's for him like confidence, feeling more confident. So parang it's really important talaga na parang you do something that brings you closer to where you want to be and the person you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, if what you're doing doesn't make you who you want to be, why are you doing it? Every single thing. I mean, you don't always have to have progress, but in a sense, you should build habits that try to make you who you want to be so that when you look at yourself in the mirror, it's easier for you to be happy.
Yeah. And for many people, the hardest part of getting into fitness is or even committing
Yeah.
to it is parang making it consistent,
Yeah.
scheduling it to happen. Like
Yeah.
before actually talaga yun yung hardest part, like squeezing
Super.
it into your day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ikaw naman, especially na you're a hardworking guy. You're in a different kind of you're in different places. You're in a corporate job. You were in a corporate job.
Yeah.
How do you fit activities, especially like what you do outside of cycling? Syempre, you do you go to the gym, you have training and everything, into your day-to-day life. Especially, the way you started gymming when you were in college.
Yeah.
And yung schedule mo din in college is like puno, and you also have your org work
Yeah.
and everything. So, siguro my question is, how do you ensure na parang you try to make it work, you try to fit it in your schedule, and you make sure it aligns with every single thing that you do?
Well, you gotta prioritize. Anything in life just happens because you prioritize it. I prioritize fitness, so I made it a habit to really think about what I do each day and how it will affect my fitness. There's this book that really helped me with really prioritizing and setting schedules. I'm sure a lot of people know about it. It's Atomic Habits. And it's a good read. It really made me realize a lot of things. You gotta build your schedule. You gotta build your environment. You gotta curate it to how you want it to lead you. Because let's say when I wake up, I have the tendency sometimes to doom scroll. But if I want to be able to remove that bad habit, what would help you is to keep, like, let's say, your protein shake next to you in the bed so that you remind yourself, oh, I gotta go to the gym. Or you could bring out your gym clothes already so that your mind sees it and associates it with gymming and knows that now is the time for you to gym. You gotta build that routine. You gotta build that mindset. It's only super hard to stay consistent with these things because it's not natural yet. The more you do it, the more it'll feel like second nature to you. It's a matter of you helping your brain build that consistency and guide it towards what you want it to do.
I agree with that. Kasi parang during the time na I was starting in cycling, parang it was kind of weird na parang, oh, after work, I'd stay up until like 8:30 in podium to wait for the class, or parang 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Pero parang later on, hinanap na siya ng body ko na parang tipong,
Yeah.
why am I not doing something
Yeah,
this week?
yeah.
Parang tipong, parang how many classes have I done this week? One? Parang kulang.
Yeah, but it starts to eat away na, oh, I should be doing this.
Yeah.
A lot of people underestimate the power of that brain, like the unconscious of it. And really, when it becomes low effort, when it becomes second nature, that's when everyone starts to succeed because you're going to start being able to do it without forcing yourself. And forcing yourself, it's always the hardest part. Like forcing yourself to show up like to a morning class 7 a.m. That's always my hardest part. That's why I don't teach cycling sometimes in the morning.
That's why I didn't wake up on your 7 a.m. class.
Yeah, see, But then if you went, hypothetically, if you went and you went inside the classroom, if you sat down, your body would have revved up and you would have been good to go, right? And building a muscle memory, building a brain that's centered around doing what you want it to do helps. You gotta hardwire, you gotta program it.
And especially during the time you had the job, you were working, how did you make it work?
Oh,
Kasi parang
did
that was
I?
also my question with James. Kasi parang he's in advertising, he has
Yeah.
content creation, and he does cycling at least twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
So parang for you, and you do teach, and
Yeah.
your sessions aren't just like you go there to teach.
Yeah, yeah.
You have that pre-session
Yeah.
work na parang building that playlist,
Yeah.
building that routine. How do you make it work?
Did I make it work?
Well, you did. You were still teaching like I don't know, like maybe 2 to 3 classes per week.
Yeah. You ask yourself how much you want it, how much you want to do it. My full-time job, I tried not to compromise anything at all. So I really did cycling. I placed cycling around my full-time job. And the only reason why I got to stay motivated with electric is because I really loved what I was doing. And because of that, I had no qualms with like working till midnight or doing song searching on early in the morning or really cramming a playlist before class because I wanted to do what I was doing. So it's that passion, man. The passion can really bring you to do a lot of things that logically you should not be doing. Like I wouldn't recommend anyone works past midnight. That's up to your own discretion at that point. Priorities. Prioritize what you want. Don't prioritize what you don't want. But at the end of the day, remember what it brings you towards.
And how do you make it sustainable in the long run? Like
Ooh.
fitting fitness into your day-to-day life. Kasi parang you were once a student, you were fitting it as your kasi you still have responsibilities in your classes,
Yeah.
you still had responsibilities in your orgs, and your orgs weren't just like one org. You were like in 2 or more
Oh, yeah.
orgs.
So if we're talking about in college,
Yeah.
gymming, it's since it's alone, you could do it anytime. I had AF. I had AF stub. So the beauty about AF,
It's like
it's
24/7.
24/7. Yeah. So literally sometimes when I just before a night out, I would go there at like 10 p.m.
Before a night out?
That's how bad it was. So sometimes like I have an hour. I could
So, does it help to not get drunk?
not get drunk. Like what do you mean?
Because it's the night out.
I know
like,
before a night out, I
Yeah.
would gym.
So, if you're revved up as di ba nag-gym ka and everything, does it help you not to get like drunk?
Oh, actually, I haven't thought about that.
Kasi baka there's like a science in that na parang if
I think I heard about that.
like if your body's static lang or stagnant or not really that moving, you're more easy to get drunk. And then if you gym before you drink, parang your body's like can tolerate it and walang after effect that much.
So I'm not medically licensed to be able to give my opinion on this or state facts, but I feel like that's correct. One thing I do know is that you should not gym before drinking out because the alcohol kills all of your gains. So that's all the input I could give there. I'm not sure if it helps you stay sober, but theoretically it should.
We had this long conversation on what you've done, your background and everything. And of course, we had one with Julia also na
Yeah.
parang how her background and everything affected or parang influenced the way she teaches. Na parang from there, parang dun kami nagkaroon ng light bulb moment na the Julia's focus is heavily on core.
Yeah.
Ikaw naman ba? Like, with your background, did your background influence your approach in the way you like teach, in the way you create your rides and everything?
Okay, because Julia's classes, does she make it more mature pa?
Yeah, it's very core.
Oh, really? I think since my sports are super, you have to move around a lot. I guess for me, I can't really say if I somehow transfer my background, my fitness history into my classes. But I'm not too sure. But then sometimes I like doing fast sprints purely because I guess I run sometimes too. And sometimes I'm a sprinter
Yeah.
when I'm running. I cannot I really hate long distance running. I mostly do like short bursts of energy. So I think that's why sometimes it shows up in my class.
Yeah.
But I think maybe my arms and my arms track, I usually do a lot of shoulders. And that might be because I do a bunch of shoulder weights in the
Mm-mm.
gym. Maybe that could maybe I think that's one way it shows up. But I'm not sure about others.
Actually, yun nga yung gusto kong i-notice. Actually, you're very strength-based.
Really?
Yeah.
In the arms?
Yeah. Kaya parang sabi ko, if I need a lot of core, I go to Julia.
Yeah.
If I need a lot of strengthening, I go to yours.
Especially the holds now.
Yeah. Parang I feel like yung weights section mo,
Yeah.
it's like one of the tougher ones.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I try to make it worth it.
Actually, you do.
Mhm.
Super, siya, parang tipong, there are times I can't finish it. I need to drop it in the middle.
No, that's fine. You
Yeah.
know what? That's part of the process. And honestly, I get surprised when some riders are able to finish it because for me, when I was a rider, I would sometimes never be able to finish the routine. But it's normal for them to put it down,
Mm-mm.
even like just shake it off. You feel. But I'm glad that you enjoy my arms.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. And one thing I wanted to ask also, like you were a crew member, you get to
Yeah.
ride different instructors and everything. How did that experience influence the way you teach naman? And how did it allow you to create your own like mold or parang approach?
My own approach. It was very important for me to try out these different classes because all these different instructors, they have different formats. They not really different formats, but different ways of teaching. There's some who are they have more choreography. There are some who rely heavily on the sprints. So it's not only just about the technicals, the way that they voice it out, the way that they talk. There's so much difference. And that's why I had to really just see which people resonated mostly with me. And I got mentors when I was a trainee. Like when I was training, I had namely some of the people who helped me the most was Jayway, Kyo, Aliyah, to name a few. Lawrence also.
Kyo was really a hard class.
He tried it. Yeah.
I did it twice. Kaya when I saw the Kyo X match, I was like, match, kaya mo na yan. I'll see you next time.
Oh boy. Yeah, weren't you supposed to be there?
I was supposed to be there, but I was also on site. Kaya I was like, parang pwede siya.
Yeah, because that was at 7:30. 7:15.
Yeah.
You could have made it right after work.
It's actually super perfect siya kasi I finished work 6:30.
Oh, see?
So sabi ko, parang pwede.
Oh.
Pero when I was in the booking website, sabi ko, parang there's a lot more match classes I can catch after this.
But I don't blame you. Kyo's classes are intense. So, because when I was a crew member, me riding his class made me realize, oh God. Maybe
Diba?
I'm not super sprint. I'm more in the maybe steps like dance party, like you were mentioning. So it's you find your groove, you find your movement by finding who you want to be and who you cannot be, who you find your originality, basically. So yeah, just being a crew member, it's not only just about them out inside the bike room. It's also who they are outside the bike room. Like their personality says a lot about who they are. And as an instructor, you're not just on that bike. You also have the pre-class and the post-class instructorship where you have to talk. You try to make a connection. And that's I had to learn mostly about how to do that since I'm really bad with small talk, right? So yeah, as a crew member, I learned so much. I got so much experience from different people, and I would recommend that as a rider. Well, so you, Jacob, you should try different classes to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
I actually do. Kaya dun sa 50 classes ko, that's why I was able to try different ones.
yeah.
And I was able to try yung kay Sab, kay who else? Jaya.
Oh,
Ako,
Jaya.
for me, that's why sabi ko sa friend ko, I was able to complete my trifecta. My top 3. Like, most of the time you would either see me in any of the 3.
Jaya's also.
Yeah,
no?
Jaya, Match, Julia.
Super love Jaya. Super love all of them. Rather.
Yeah. I super love Jaya's theme class. It's super good.
Which one was it?
She had a lot that I went to.
She has a lot of good themes.
Yeah. There was a Twice X Blackpink. There's that Sabrina X Sarah Larsson.
Oh.
Yeah, that was super duper fun.
Oh. I didn't know that she liked Zara Larson also pala.
I feel like she's very much a pop girly.
She's the epitome of a pop girly.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Super.
Correct.
Tapos si Julia naman, I super enjoyed she's very pop talaga, pop songs. Pop
Actually,
girly also.
all 3 of them are pop girls ngayon. So I realized that you're really into like the pop themes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also you.
Yeah, also me.
Mm-mm.
Super pop, but mostly now EDM though.
Actually, I can see it. Pero it's varying eh. Kasi I can see na yung theme mo. Before you had a Maroon 5. That was like one of my first classes.
Super
I
loved it.
attended of yours.
Yeah.
And then another one I enjoyed was yung K-pop.
The K-pop hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed actually yung nag-17. Yung mga 17 songs that you play.
Do you also
Yeah.
listen to 17? Okay, I'll take a mental
Recommendation.
note.
I might send you some.
You should after this.
Yeah.
After this.
I'll send you some songs. Actually, one of my favorite also na motivation songs that you did, yung Nag-Life Goes On. BTS.
Oh yeah, the BTS one.
The one I asked you for.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
super enjoyed that song, especially in the pandemic, because I think that's when it came out. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but I super enjoyed that song. All the feels, it's super good to ride to, because I mean, life goes on also. When you're cycling, you keep moving too. So I guess it's like a metaphor also for life na you have to just keep going with the motion.
I agree. And also, siguro with that, na parang there's a lot you had to learn. You had to learn from your co-instructors. You had to adapt and also try to incorporate your own.
Yeah.
What was something you really had to, like, of course, you already know a lot from your background in fitness, being able to experience the different rides.
Yeah.
What was like something you had to learn when you became an instructor?
Dude, it's really a musicality. Like cueing, that's the hardest. That was the hardest thing I think me and my other batchmates had a lot of trouble with. Because like when you're a rider, you don't have to think about, oh, I'm gonna cue this move in 3, 2, 1. You don't have to think about that. But then when you're an instructor, you have to learn how to listen for the beats. So you're a part-time DJ, you're a part-time musician when you're legit though, like you're part-time music anything when you're an instructor, because you have to listen for the bars, you have to listen for the eights, you think about it, you rely on it, and you play around with it. So it's you tailor it to these different beats. And I was so bad at it at first. As in, I think I was a little bit beat deaf at first because I did not know when the beat drop would be. And yeah, that was the hardest struggle because I had to listen to my songs at least 10 plus times just for me to memorize where to cue these things. Yeah. But it becomes second nature. It becomes second nature, but grab it.
Yeah, but you're good at it now.
God, my first class was so bad, Jacob.
What was your first class?
My first class, like all the way back in July 2025. So I missed a lot of queuing, but
people
past
will
the bridge
forgive
now,
you to it.
Yeah, I hope they did. I hope they did.
Yeah, but how about naman as an instructor? Parang you mentioned earlier that parang a lot of people also rely on you. Do you feel yung parang pressure to show up with energy, especially when you're not feeling it internally? When you're like, when especially when you were at the tail end of your resignation.
Oh,
And were there days that you had to power through even if you don't feel like you were high spirited, or parang when you were like you had that power in you?
oh, so many, Jacob. Even if it's not obvious, there's so many times na I would be in a mood that I am not able to really be the best that I could be. And life has a funny way of throwing things at you, and we have no control over these things. But what we can control, what I figured, is that we could control how we react to them. So yeah, like what I mentioned a while ago, you could go in without motivation, but come out with even more motivation. I think for me personally, it helps me when I have no what helps me with no motivation before class is the fact that I'll be working out. Since what I mentioned before is that working out helps me de-stress. So when I'm in the room, if I start out unmotivated, going through the class and really seeing everyone and knowing that they're there to get better and I'm with them helps me get motivated and helps me end up with a good note throughout class. And also, everyone in the electric studio, all of the instructors talked about this. It's really about the music. It's really the vibe that you set. If you don't like your songs, it's not gonna work out. Which is
Yeah.
why I always make sure to pick songs that I love. Like, please don't stop the
Yeah.
music 4 times. It was critical for me
And
sometimes to
Beauty and
play
the
it.
Beat.
No,
You know, you've gotten into it quite a lot.
Bieber Chala,
Yeah.
Bieber Chala,
Yeah.
and I'm sure a lot of people will forgive me for that too, right?
Yeah, of course. But it's fun, and we really enjoy those kind of moments as well.
Okay, good.
Mm-mm. But naman, of course, parang your relationship with fitness, it doesn't just end with you being in the gym or you exercising.
Yeah.
It also transcends in different areas.
Mhm.
But how did your relationship with movement change naman who you are outside of fitness?
Ah, at its core, it's really the discipline. There's a lot of values that you learn from fitness. I've learned how to be more disciplined with things. Like because of me being disciplined with my routines, with counting calories and what I eat, I've learned to translate that into my work ethics as well. If I can wake up for a 7 a.m. class, why can't I wake up for a 7 a.m. meeting? You know, you gotta see the how it reflects into other things of your life. Let's say in fitness, since I'm an instructor, I instruct people, I guide them, right? And I do it in a way that's not provocative, in a way that doesn't let them down. It's very uplifting. So you could take that into how you are towards other people in your life. I could I could place that in how I deal with the people I train in my work. I could take that and place it on how I help my siblings with homework, etc.
Wow, kind ano naman, kind kuya
Just an
pala.
example. Yeah. So you gotta see that the things you do in one field, they're not isolated. They're part of your identity, and your identity is not just one thing. It's a whole economy. It's a whole spectrum.
Mm-mm. And I agree with that. Parang being more disciplined into fitness, parang it really transcends into your parang your ethic
Yeah.
within elsewhere. Parang how you handle work, how you handle the energy that you put into every single thing that you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you there. So now for the final question. Oh, we reached the
Oh.
final one.
So sorry if I made
No, it's okay.
it so
It's
long.
okay. What's one thing that about fitness that you had to unlearn for you to make it sustainable?
It's really the part where I thought that every single time you have to give 100%. At that point, I would just start dreading it because I'd be like, dang, I have to do like 50 push-ups today. Well, like you could go for a compromise sometimes, especially if you're, let's say, sick, or let's say that you're going through, like you did an all-nighter because of a homework. you could lessen it. You could choose to maintain. You don't have to always progress. Sometimes you could just keep yourself at the same level, and no one's gonna judge you for it. No, I tell this to people that really the worst critic of anyone is themselves. No one will know that you did 20 push-ups last time and did 15 push-ups this time. Only you know that. And only you would be the one criticizing yourself for it. What I had to dismantle was the idea that you always have to progress. That fitness is linear. I always thought that fitness is linear, and that really just made things harder for me. It made me not want to show up, because if you showed up and didn't stay consistent, then why bother at all? That's what I thought. But it's about, you gotta stay happy with what you do, and if it doesn't spark that joy, if it doesn't make you who you want to be, it's not for you.
I agree with you there, Match. And thank you so much for making time to be here. And parang, kaya I also wanted to talk to you because parang grabe din yung energy that you put into cycling and the way you're motivated. That's why I really wanted to talk to you about motivation.
Motivational.
Yeah, because parang being someone that made it work, parang you, even if parang you feel like you didn't, you were able to make it work talaga. Because parang there's a huge part of time wherein you were doing like a double life. Like you cycling and you having a corporate job.
Well, everyone has to. Most of us instructors do that
Yeah.
also. And I guess because it's really the passion when it comes to cycling, and a side job. And it's also a free workout also for us.
Yeah. And you seem very, very passionate kasi in every single in every single thing that you do. And kaya minsan nakaka-surprise na parang, oh wow, Match has a class, parang, oh, he's in the gym pa. Kasi he did this, he did that. Parang, wow, very, very active. Parang dami niyang time.
Well, yeah, it's you do what you want to do. I guess I'm guilty of like doing all these things. Just like I try to squeeze them in.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the phase din kasi where you do it. Like your 20s is a perfect opportunity for you to like explore, see what fits and what doesn't fit your lifestyle,
Yeah.
and see what works.
Yeah, and you make the most of the freedom that you get from quitting a job too.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And hopefully I don't get there soon.
Oh boy, Jacob. Just message me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of things I want to tell you
Well,
soon.
I'll always just be here.
Yeah. So to end this episode, this is the recommendation part wherein we do provide one song or album recommendation. For the
Ooh.
prompt, what is something that hypes you up when you need to power through? In the gym, in training, in cycling class, or whatsoever?
Oh, that's a hard question. You know what? I guess for me recently it's Lord.
Really?
Yeah.
Which song?
Well, not really hype up, but then because the thing is, her songs are very theatrical. Literally before coming here, I was like listening to Ribs. it's the emotion. It hypes me up in the sense that it's like a coming of age story. Like you're about to do something dramatic. You're about to do something big, and
Parang siyang
Yeah.
background music to you.
yeah, it's like whoa, what's about to happen right now? Something grand, something spectacular, and that's the hype for me. I'd recommend it. Such a good old song, timeless.
Yeah, okay. For me naman, Midnight Sun.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Zara Larsson era is
Yeah.
not over. Yeah.
Of course.
I think Ezra super loves playing. I'm not. You haven't tried his class yet, but
I-
he super loves Zara Larsson.
I was supposed to take his demi class.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Well, I think was it Alabang or was it?
No, it was in BGC.
Oh, he had one in that BGC.
Yeah.
Why did you take it?
It was 4:30 eh.
I thought you were allowed to leave work anytime.
Yeah, but parang I was just thinking that day, parang of course pag paubos na credits mo and malayo pa sweldo,
No,
do I
yes,
use
yes.
it now or do I save it for the next week?
True. Priorities.
Yeah, oo. Parang when the credits are limited, you gotta prioritize who you want to see.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, thank you so much, Match, for making time, for being here, and for sharing your story and how you got through
Yeah.
the difficult and different seasons in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so I guess if they want to try to take your class or check out your fitness journey, where can they check you out and
So
follow you?
yeah, thanks for the thanks for giving me the spotlight. I guess if you guys wanna see me spin in Electric Studio, I often teach 7:15 Fridays in Alabang. I usually do either BGC or podium in the afternoons of Sundays. And but I'm mostly in Alabang, so I'll catch you guys there if you want to see what me and Jacob have been talking about with this entire emotional and physical journey that is cycling. So, Electric Studio, this is Match.
And follow Match's TikTok.
I don't post on TikTok. I only posted like 4 videos. So don't expect anything. Do you have a TikTok, Jacob?
Yeah.
You do.
For the podcast na. But yeah, so thank you so much. And if ever that you do take Match's class and you do sign up for a first time package, please DM me so that I can get one free credit. Please, I'm begging you.
But never get bike 5 because that's his bike.
Yeah. Please just don't. No, and siguro that's why I'm more on time when I book classes kasi I know your classes are always in demand.
Wow, grabe.
Yeah, kasi
Guys, he's really just hyping me up for
no,
no
there were
reason.
times kaya na parang wala pang 10 minutes full na.
Oh, sure. Baka kasi that's like a theme class.
Yeah.
Normally, yeah. Theme classes are the best.
The heated rivalry one. It was like
That
5
was like-
minutes.
that was 2 minutes and then it got booked right away. Also the Kyo class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya when I was looking in, I was seeing 38, 37, 36. That's why I was thinking, do I push through?
Even though it's just like,
Yeah. But I was like, okay, parang next time na lang.
well,
Kasi I was also thinking, the emotion, the physical torture I would go through in that class.
you know what? The torture was also... Kyo, I love you. But I was also having a hard time too. I love it because even as
Yeah.
instructors there's more to learn. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, at least another opportunity to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have a class that you're looking forward to, or something that parang you're hyping up for?
Oh yeah, dude, like I have a disco pop theme class in June.
Is it different from the Latino pop?
Oh, wala na. I had to drop the Latina pop.
Oh, that didn't happen ba?
No, not anymore. Because I was unavailable for those days na, so I had to give them away. So I'm doing disco pop instead, which I'm really excited for.
Okay, I'm excited for disco pop.
Yeah, I think like
Is it Alabang?
I have in BGC.
Okay, I love that.
Sana I
Hi,
get to see
finally.
even some of your riders, some of your
Yeah.
fans there too.
Yeah. And of course, thank you so much, Matt.
Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed this episode, why not share it on your IG stories and tag us hashtag GKY and also tag Match on his socials.
Machuchu in
Yeah.
Instagram.
How many O's?
So Machu, the first Chu is 2 O's. The third one is 3. The second one is 3 O's. Because it was taken already.
Ah,
So I had to
okay.
add an
Kaya
extra
pala.
O.
Okay, so follow him, Machuchu. And also, yeah, my Instagrams, the Charles Jacob, on all social media platforms. And yeah, whatever happens at the end of the day, just keep going, just keep moving. And at the end of the day, fitness will always be there. Try to find some movement. And yeah, and motivation will come where it may arrive.
Yes, it's not something that you force, it's something that you feel out, and it's something that you wire your brain to do.
And sometimes kahit you don't have motivation going in, sometimes it will come right after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And ito pa rin, ay sige.
No, sometimes motivation happens when you're doing it. So
Yeah.
you try and then you see where it brings you guys.
At ito pa rin ang ganito kasi yan.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.